Hey guys, this is Benny from NFT Butler, and today we're going to do a video about the new NFT Butler release and especially looping tasks, which is a new automation feature which is now integrated into NFT Butler and has been released a week ago. So let's jump into it. You can see my NFT Butler doing its bidding jobs here, and there are some looping tasks, some tasks to be paused, and we are gonna have a look at the new feature set today. So let's create a new task first, and let me explain the new features we offer on this task configuration. So first, give the task a name. So let's say this is a live demo task 1. Then we choose which OpenSea Collections lock we want to do bulk bidding on. Remember, NFT Butler is a bulk bidding tool which supports up to 4 running tasks. Each task will process about 1300 to 1500 bits per hour, and you will get a lot of features to automate your bids and make sure you're always staying on top when bidding. So NFT Butler is the best tool to do NFT flipping, since you usually will bid on token IDs below floor price or below its value, depending on its traits and rarity. And then if someone is in need of quick liquidity, he might accept your bid and you can sell it for a 20% profit or even more. So since we have chosen now on which collection we want to do bids, I'm choosing Crypto Cannabis Club at this point, just as a demo case. Now we are choosing what token IDs we want to do bids on. Here we can use anything from ranges to comma separated token IDs. So we could say 1 to 100 and 200 to 300 and token ID 400. But to showcase looping tasks, I will only pick 5 token IDs. Usually per task, I usually pick between 1 and 5,000 token IDs to process my bids. Now we can decide if we want to do outbidding with this task, which means instead of a fixed price, we can define a range of price with a minimum price and a maximum price. And NFT Butler is gonna check what other bids are active, and if there are other bidders active, then he will basically outbid them up to the maximum bid price. You can specify your bidding price in fixed Ethereum, so like 0.1 to 0.12 ETH. But you can also specify it relative to the current floor price. So we can say, okay, no matter what happens to this collection, I always want to bid 30% below the floor price up to 20% below the floor price. And if you do this, you will also get this new option, only bid when highest bidder. So this one will only process your bids if with this price range you will be ending up as the highest bidder at the point where the bid is being processed. This is especially useful if you want to do bids on expensive collections like Other Deed, because you have to remember you cannot bid more than 1,000 times your wrapped Ethereum in your wallet. So if you want to bid, if you have 2 ETH in your wallet and you want to bid on 100,000 tokens, you cannot do that. You can only bid 1,000 times 2 ETH or 10,000 times 0.2 ETH. So with this option, we are actually skipping all token IDs where you wouldn't end up as the highest bidder. So you can say, I want to bid on 10,000 tokens, and the task will actually only bid if you're the highest bidder. Then further, we have, this is also a new option, Hardcap bid price. So this option is only available if you are bidding relative to the current floor price. And it gives you still the option to define a red line which will never be crossed regardless of this value of the current floor price. So let's say the floor price right now is, for Crypto Cannabis Club, it's 0.13 ETH. We are bidding 30% below the current floor price, which is about 0.09 ETH, 0.08, something like that. So now what happens if a whale comes and buys 200 tokens from the floor price? The floor price is going to spike up maybe to 0.2 ETH or something, and our bids are going to be adjusted immediately to the new floor price. But if we see those spikes happening, then it's very likely the floor price will be coming back in the next few days because people are selling since the floor price has risen. So this is a safety feature, this Hardcap bid price value, where you can say, I want to bid in this range, but never higher than 0.40 ETH, which is the current floor price, or 0.13. So safety feature, very important to use. Then you can specify the outbid in percentage or in ETH. So this is the outbidding steps. So basically, if someone has already bid and 30% below the floor price, then you will outbid him by 1% of the total value, as long as it doesn't exceed the 20% or the Hardcap max bid price. If this one would exceed any of those, then this one would be taken, and if this one exceeds this one, then we would take the Hardcap bid price. Okay, I'm scrolling here. Okay, next one. Here we define the validity of our bids. So how long should the bids be active? Since we have since we are introducing looping tasks now, I would encourage you to choose low validity times between 1 and 4 hours, maybe 6, to make sure your bids expire. And they will be refreshed with the looping tasks, and you will place new bids which are then aligned with the current floor price. If you choose a very long validity and the floor changes, you might end up having active bids which are not accurate to the current floor price anymore. And now we are finally here. We can now enable looping for a task. And there are 2 looping options. We can either say, I want to loop the task forever, which means it's never ending. It's just going to continue bidding as long as it can. If there are any errors, then it will wait to be continued later. And it will just forever renew your bids. And you can see I'm using this option for most of the tasks here. You can see this looping indicator, which means looping tasks, and there is a small endless sign at the end, which means this is a forever looping task. But we can also choose limited, and limited means I want to process all the bits of this task 3 times. So it's going to end once it's been processing all these bits 3 times, but you don't have to come back. It will end automatically. And there is still an advantage. You can either say 1. So with a normal task, a normal task will be stopped once it hits a limit which cannot be dealt with at this time. Like you're not having your funds ratio limit of your wallet has been used up, or the API of OpenSea is currently down and it cannot be used for bidding. So then normal tasks would stop and just drop out of the running and the queued, and will stay here with an error message. But if you're using limited looping tasks, telling the task at least once or twice finish all the bits, this will enable the task to automatically pause itself, wait for the issue to be resolved, and then continue again. And if the issue still persists, it will just wait again until all of the bits are processed at least twice. Okay, so let's create this task. We have it now here. We can see it's a limited looping task which has currently processed 0 of 2 times all the bits. Let me make some space here. I could also put it in the queue, and as soon as one of the looping tasks here has been finished, it will basically pick it up. But I want to show you exactly the behavior. So we are bidding for 4 hours on 5 tokens. Let's start this task. We can see it's now on the first run through of 2 on this looping task. It will process all the 5 bits. You have, as usual, full transparency where you can see your bits. You will see the offer price, which was actually used in the end. And now it has finished. So it has finished. It's currently in pause mode. It has moved to queued. This is one of the new features as well. So if a looping task needs to pause for some reason, it will automatically move itself to the queue and pick up another task from your queue, which is currently not waiting. A looping task will also wait until the first bit expires. So once it processed all its bits in this task, it will then basically check when will the first bit I've processed on this task expire, which is in 4 hours basically, since we set the validity to 4 hours, and it's now waiting for 4 hours. And it will start again once the first bit expires to process the same task again. And this is exactly the same for all these tasks. Those are just forever looping tasks. They are processing bits. They will pick up another task once they are blocked for some reason. And if a looping task, so this one resumes in 3 minutes, but there is no spot available up here right now because there are 4 tasks sitting there already. We can showcase this. So if I start this one, it will basically reschedule itself to try again in 30 minutes with the error message, task is waiting to claim a seat in running tasks. So as long as these tasks are running, they will just reschedule themselves until they have a spot to be processed. You will always see, when are tasks trying to resume themselves. If you have a task which is not delayed right now, it will be automatically picked up if someone of these tasks finishes and come down here. You can also stop the delay countdown by just clicking the modal and stop the resuming task, and it will basically take off the delay countdown. Since it's still waiting in queue here, it would still be picked up if one of these are finishing, but we can also take it off the queue, of course, and now it's in the unscheduled task list as usual. So I really love the new feature. I have been doing a lot of successful flipping in the past few weeks, and the looping tasks bring a lot of automation to the tool. Basically, I just schedule my 2 or 3 favorite collections. I use relative bidding to the floor price. The task will automatically renew its bits. They will take care about, when is the first bid gonna expire, and then start from scratch again. And you just have to sit and waiting, watch your phone if some of your bids gets accepted, and list the NFTs for a better price and make some money. So we can see those were just scheduled, but they are now waiting to claim a spot in the running queue. Let me also show you what we are currently working on besides looping tasks features. We are currently building a search engine for NFT collections. So you can basically filter those collections by different trading statistics, or also search them by name. You will then get all those collections displayed with a lot of useful info. And this is basically the preparation for our data analytics tool. So you will be able to zoom in a collection and get a lot of different trading statistics for each of the collection trades. because we think the future of successful NFT trading and flipping is going to be trade based. So we have already built a huge database indexing all the major collections and all its NFTs, but also indexing all the trade statistics for each of the trades of a collection. So you will get a very similar box featuring 7-day sales, average price, highest bid and profit margin is not yet integrated, but will come as well. Floor price and also floor price graph for all the trades to find those most wanted and juicy trades, and then start very targeted bidding tasks on collection and trade basis. So this new user interface here will also be used to schedule collection bidding tasks. We are currently waiting for OpenSea to integrate the necessary APIs and SDK to do collection bidding through their official APIs. We do not have an ETA yet when they will be ready. We just know they are working on it. And as soon as collection bidding is officially supported by OpenSea through their APIs, you will then be able to browse through the collections here and create collection bidding tasks. And you can create a lot more than 4, because on a collection bidding task, you don't have to process thousands of token IDs. You will basically just refresh a bid on the entire collection every few minutes. And yes, so this is what we are working on, and we can't wait to bring collection bidding into NFT Butler and make everyone using NFT Butler a successful NFT trader. Awesome. I hope this was useful. Maybe one last point. So lately, since in token bidding is still very valuable, and lately a lot of our customers have started to bid based on rarity rank. So I just wanted to show you, we provide full collection scans with all its assets and NFTs in our Discord server through our collection scanner, we call it. And we have also integrated rarity scores into the collection scanner. So when you use the collection scanner in our Discord server, you will basically get a CSV file like this one. So this is the collection Crypto Cannabis Club I've scanned here. You will get one line for each token ID, and you will then get a lot of useful information, such as the rarity score, the current owner, is the token currently listed for sales, yes or no, and what is the price? Has it ever been sold, or is it still minted? Is the current holder in profit or a loss compared to the last sales event? What is the best trade floor price of this token? What is the floor price of the collection? And you can basically use this collection data to create your own individual bidding strategies. So if you want to only bid on tokens which are currently listed because someone wants to sell them, and you want to order the token IDs by rarity, and now you want to create a task on the top 100 tokens, basically just copy paste this list of token IDs here directly into NFT Butler, and you're now basically bidding on all these token IDs which are coming from your filtering options on the Excel. This is also part of our services in our Discord. The collection scanner can be used by anyone which owns an NFT Butler lifetime license. You will find all the important links where to buy an NFT Butler lifetime license. It's actually right now it's as cheap as it has never been before, since the crypto and NFT market is is going through some rough times. But to be honest, this is also the best time to earn money with NFT trading and flipping, because a lot of people are fearful and they are going to accept your bids way more likely at lower prices than in a bull market, because if someone is in need of liquidity and fearful, he will accept bids, which are way lower than the actual value of the NFT. So I think bear market is it's the best chance and time to do NFT bulk bidding and flipping. I can also show you some of my success stories. So here we go. This was just today. This was 2 small flips, but still in profit. Then yesterday was a pretty good day for me. I got a lot of flips, bids accepted, and also selling was very well. So I flipped some bulls yesterday, another bull, and some Adam Bomb Squad. So this is exactly what you can see here. I'm looping through those collections and just waiting for someone to accept my bids. And here we have some other bids of some of our users. There are some juicy flips out there. So I hope you like it. Follow us on Twitter. We will link all our channels in the description of this video. We will also drop 10, I think, or we will also drop a few free trial access on Twitter in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So follow us on Twitter, stay tuned, join our Discord, our community, and take care. See you soon. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.